Lights out! Now you want to get nuts? Come on! Let's get nuts.
Oh, hit the wrong one right there. What is happening, guys? It's hump day. Let's get to humping, huh? Man. Felt like a good day to wear the Superman shirt. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Film Junkee Live on July 20th. Make sure you smash that like, thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You want to become a member? Hey, join Film Junkee if you'd like. I'm going to do a post-show stream. I do it every Wednesday, so after this, we'll do a post-show, and you guys can pick my brain just a little bit more. But yeah, do all that. All the sock meds, everything is down below. Social media is everything. So what's going on? Hey, let's hope, my lord. 3-hour movie script is officially written. It's a 2080s neo action and camera style. Oh, okay. Cool. I like it. I bet the same for many of the... Oh, yeah, for sure. Considering how people trash you for killing the hype. Hey, the fact that you're helping. I know, right? I always... What the hell? Got Mama Film Junkee here. What's up? Yep, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about everything. Solid all. They've been watching We Are Marshall. Yeah. Have I seen that? We Are Marshall. Maybe. I think I might have. Hi, Mom. See you tomorrow. Happy birthday, too. Okay, so it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Watson. Good to see you. All right. We got Mr. Jesse right there. Jesse. All right, Eric Patterson. Hello, darling. Citrine right here. Zach posted a Snyder first meme on Vero, guys. Did he? A recent thing? Well, if there's something that was posted, send it to me. Amazing weekend. Can't wait. Yeah, we'll talk about all that, of course. Bonjour. All right, of course, we got Stephanie T right here. Who else we got? We got Selena Kyle is here. Fear Jason's also here. That's right. We're going through. Who else we got? Who's joining the fun right there? We got Rosemary. Good to see ya. Cape's flapping. That's right. Yo, Captain Gator Girl Nikki is here. All right, so let's see. Oh, we got somebody that wants to also just piss in the Cheerios. You know, it's always those people, right? Nope. Sorry, man. It's not going to be there. Yeah. It's always fantastic. There's always going to be those people. That's just the way it is. You know? I mean, I'll piss in the Cheerios every now and again. What's going on, Randy? Hola, Roger, you know? What's going on, Maurice? Good to see you. We got, everybody saying hi to each other. I'll do that too if I get like hardcore, like, good information, sure. But, if I just read it off a tweet from somebody that, then I kind of just like whatever. Anyway, but, we'll talk about that because, yes, there is that aspect to it. Hello there, Hellenic boy. Good to see you. But, yes, we'll talk about that. Of course, we'll talk about this. The supposed rumor that Mr. Henry Cavill might be showing up, a little guest appearance at the Comic-Con, and then we'll talk about that too. As if technology like this does not work, does not actually happen at Comic-Cons. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about some Mortal Kombat 2. We'll talk about Chris Pratt getting scared, and then at the end of the show, I'm going to let you know my Saturday Comic-Con plans when it comes to doing some live streaming and whatnot. So we'll talk about that, which will be great. But all right, let's just get to it. Let's get to the tweets. Let's get to these tweets and see what's happening in the Twitter world. Yep, forgot to turn off that little thing. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills airing on Bravo. We care about that? Do we care about this? So we have the new Halloween Ends trailer right here. Now this showed up last night. I thought it was going to show up today, and I would have incorporated it into the show, but sadly that wasn't the case. So we have this right here, which, when it came to Halloween, what was the last one called? Halloween Kills. That one sucked. I didn't like it that much. What was it? Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. I did like the 2019 version, though, when, Jamie Lee Curtis coming in, and she's badass. Yeah. I mean, there's some intensity that's happening. We're going to have our final showdown between Laurie and Michael. But it's like, all right, but how are they? I mean, what are we going to do here? I just don't know if it's going to be anything good, but I hope for the best. That's all I could do is hope for the best. But hopefully it's better than Halloween Kills. But I'm going to go see it. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. And then we got Dwayne Johnson right here. That ass right there. Not too shabby. And then some people have already broken their silence when it comes to social media for the review for Nope. And Austin Burke right here, this is what he has to say about Nope, is Jordan Peele's biggest outing yet. The third act is a massive sci-fi spectacle that is undoubtedly built for the big screen. Hotema's cinematography is so unique, and certain visuals will shake you to your core. It is juggling a lot, but the experience is worth it. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. I'll be seeing it Friday, hopefully, if things go well. If not, I might have to see it. I don't know when I'll see it, but, But I'm going to a Dodger game tomorrow, so can't exactly see it tomorrow, sadly. But anyways, where's Jose, by the way? Isn't his birthday today? Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Champagne Pepe. Happy birthday to you. And then Pepe. Did I say that weird? Pepe. Pepe. Yeah, but anyways, happy birthday, Jose. Yeah, happy birthday, sir. Someone should treat you to a Dodger game or something like that. Ray Porter has tweeted out hashtag Snyder Cut on digital. So there you go. That's cool. Darkseid himself also doing that. And then, yes, guys, remember, it wasn't like this is like a new theme or a new thing or anything like that. But there's a collection of, on Screen Rant, they posted a collection of, Eddie Munson. We talked about how the fact that he is most likely coming back for Stranger Things 5, and most likely he's going to be coming back as the vampire, Vass, who does end up being Vass the Betrayer to the Vecna. So, yep, a lot of people are like rolling with that theme right there, so that's pretty cool. You're late, Brian, but it's okay. You're fine. Yeah, there you go. And we got right here from Dr. Pop Culture right here showing Lyle Wagner and Peter Diel, I can't even say his last name, a screen test for a TV series for Batman. This is before Adam West and Burt Ward showed up. But yeah, they were like thinking, okay, look at that. Look at this. This is a screen test. 2 different actors for the 60s Batman show right here. And as you can see, they did some changing, but there's some similarities as well. I mean, let's face it, the costumes didn't change all that much. A little bit of changes here and there. They tightened some things up, but yeah, little some images from history right there. You gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gal Gadot, I'm looking respectfully. She's doing a handstand. That is a lengthy woman. That is a lengthy woman. She's getting into, she's keeping the bod in shape right there. She's had 3 kids. Crazy. Right? 3 kids? Right? Or 2? 3? I don't know. When it comes to Joaquin Phoenix, he's going to be getting $20 million for Joker 2. So, there you go. My God. I just wonder how skinny. Is he going to get all skinny again? Is it worth your health? Joaquin, is it worth your health? I just wonder if he's going to get all skinny again. Maybe not so skinny this time. Who knows? And, of course, we're going to be talking about this. We're going to be talking about this, guys. Did we wish this into existence? Possibly. It's my little Photoshop I did a couple weeks ago. What the fuck? Crazy. And what's also crazy about it, too, guys, is, that certain, the side of the fandom that doesn't like me, they caught wind of the tweet, and they are hating this. They are hating the fact that Henry Cavill is going to be showing up at Comic-Con possibly for Superman, because it's not the way that they want Henry Cavill to come back. You know, who cares about what Henry Cavill wants? It's all about what they want. So naturally, they call me clout chaser. They call me, doing it for views. And somebody even brought up the 40 Club again, which, are you guys going to still talk about the 40 Club when it was actually, revealed that was right, that there was money that was needed? I mean, I could have been 70 Club, but, it was originally 40. But yeah, I love the fact that, the lovely side of the fandom, of course, doing their quote tweeting thing, which they're just hating it. They're hating it because that's not the way that they want Henry Cavill to come back. Not looking at the bigger picture, because they can't look at the bigger picture because they're too busy with just just pounding their keyboard, pissed off at everything. It's crazy. Anyways, yeah. So, we'll talk about that too. We'll get into all that. Apparently, Dwayne Johnson's getting $22.5 million for Black Adam. My God, crazy. And then look at this. We got a DC podcast that's going to be showing up on Spotify because the Batman podcast has apparently been pretty. I haven't listened to it yet, but I need to because everybody has been talking about it. It was like the most listened to thing of a couple of months ago. It beat out Joe Rogan. But yeah, they're going to be doing a Harley Quinn and the Joker podcast. Christina Ricci voicing Harley Quinn. And then we got Billy Magnuson. That's going to be voicing the Joker right there. Yeah. You Patreons, you patrons out there, I actually let you guys know this. I kind of caught wind of this. So after the Patreon stream a couple weekends ago, I was like, oh yeah, by the way, if you want some tea, guess what? You're going to have some Christina Ricci, Harley Quinn voice happening for a podcast. So confirmed. Oh my God, did I scoop something? No, I just got told that, and then that was it. But I couldn't say it publicly. So I said it to the patrons. That's what I did right there. Oh, yeah, we'll go through all that. Okay. It's okay. So, all right, so is the new phase, the new movies with Marvel, they're just going to put the in front of a lot of things. The Mutants, the Marvels, the Blade. Apparently that's what's happening when it comes to Marvel Studios when they're going to title the new Blade movie. They're not going to just call it Blade. They're going to call it The Blade. Now, when it comes to source material, maybe there's been many times where they call him The Blade, but it just doesn't roll off the tongue like The Batman or even The Marvels. I can understand The Marvels or The X-Men, or whatever the hell like that. But The Blade, it just doesn't roll off the tongue like those other ones. So I'm like, are we really going to stick with that? Just call it Blade. Who cares? There hasn't been a Blade movie in almost 20 years. It's fine. But yeah, The Blade. I don't know. Anyways, what's going on? Andre, how you doing, buddy? So I was just kind of like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And then Zaslav, after announcing Henry Cavill's return, yeah, of course, he would love that. Yeah, I mean, after, the struggles that he's been through and everybody starts cheering, he's like, all right. Highest reported film paydays for actresses in 2022 so far. Jennifer Lawrence, even though she's only been in one movie, $25 million. That's how much value she has. Zendaya, 13 to 15 million. Margot Robbie, 12.5 million. Millie Bobby Brown, 10 million. Emily Blunt, 4 million. Jamie Lee Curtis, 3.5. Anya Taylor-Joy, 1.8. That's right. But they're still making 7.5 million to the $10 million of the dudes, the pay gap. I don't know. Who knows? They're just making a shit ton of money. Anyways, all that stuff. Anyway, and then we also got, hey, look what we got here. We got Brad Pitt in a skirt. That's right. Brad Pitt was like, hey, you know what? I'm wearing a fucking skirt to the Bullet Train premiere right here. And hey, if anybody could rock a skirt, it's Brad Pitt at 59 years old. Look at them calves, man. Look at those veins in those calves and his tattoos, wearing those boots. I mean, obviously, it's not really a skirt. It's more like the kilt kind of thing. I mean, he's He's something like some of the Irish, I guess, maybe within him. But yeah, look at those fucking calves, man. Look at those calves. Gotta love it. Oh, is Miss Nighthawk here? Hey, Steph is here. Hi, Steph. Good to see ya. I'm just, checking out Brad Pitt's calves. That's, if you're wondering what's happening right now on Film Junkie Live, it's Brad Pitt's lovely calves that he has right there. Jesus Christ. And then this is cool right here. We got the Godzilla spinoff series that's going to be happening on Apple TV Plus, and well, look what's happening. We're gonna have Kurt and Wyatt Russell right here. So father and son, happening in the Godzilla spinoff series. So father and then son right there. That's right. I mean, I'm assuming they're playing father and son in the series, so it makes sense. And then we got Rob Zombie right here, making a note to anybody who's excited for the Monsters movie. For everyone worried that they can't own a copy because it would only be streaming on Netflix, I am happy to tell you we have a deluxe Blu-ray DVD coming your way with a making of documentary. So there you go. So obviously the Monsters movie is going to be showing up on Netflix, and sometimes Netflix movies don't show up physically, but Rob Zombie tweeted out that, hey, yes, physically it is happening. So we're getting all that. Mr. Alessandro, Mask of Shy, who has, made the art behind me and some other art that he's done for me. He did this right here. This little comic book page right here with some panels showing John Stewart, Green Lantern, showing up for Mr. Wayne. We heard about your great deeds, but things are changing fast. Deja vu, Good stuff right there. We got Todd McFarlane. He's going to be at Comic-Con, so that's going to be good. And then we got Brandon Davis right here. He's at Comic-Con. There's already a line forming for Hall H. That is crazy. We got some other shots right here. Chucky 2, Season 2. I still got to watch Season 1. Quantum Leap coming out. The redo or the remake or the sequel series for Quantum Leap, which I love some Quantum Leap. I started watching a lot of Quantum Leap few months ago. I was really watching a lot of Quantum Leap, so I'm curious about this new one. And we got Severance, which is a great series. If you haven't watched Severance yet, do yourself a favor. But yes, so that's what's happening right there. And then, like I said, you got the haters coming on me because they just don't. Yeah, what can you do? Top Gun Maverick is now the 10th highest grossing film of all time domestically. That's right. Still rolling strong. That's why I still have a mustache. That's right. And then we got Mr. Enosh Poindexter Lounge showing that, hey, how cool is this? They got a glow-in-the-dark covers of various different, of course, movies. And what's part of those movies? Zack Snyder's Justice League, of course. So that's pretty cool. So, hey, you could pick up yourself a glow-in-the-dark art cover, which looks pretty cool. It's got some texture to it, too. Look at the fucking Darkseid head right there. I like it. Pretty cool. And then, of course, we got a first look at format figures by Sideshow of The Batman. That looks really badass right there. I would love it. I wish. I wonder how much it costs. Probably a pretty penny. That's for damn sure. Oh, whoa. Turn everything off. We're good. All right, guys. Let's talk about the main topic, which is... I just do that to feel myself, No. But, yeah, let's talk about this whole thing. Let's talk about Henry Cavill and Superman. So today was a crazy day. It's been a lot of Cavill talk for the past, month or so. I've talked about Cavill. I've talked about how, when it comes to Black Adam, Black Adam, let's face it. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson obviously is like, he's a hype man. He's all, he knows how to sell himself. He knows how to do all that. That's why he is where he is right now. But when it comes to the superhero game, jumping into it this late into the game, and then, of course, jumping with a character like Black Adam, which many perceive as like, hey, that's a villain, do some villainry shit. And then they're like, oh, yeah, but he's an anti-hero, and he's going to be doing this, and most likely he's going to end up being a good guy. you know, it's softened the hype a little bit, I guess you could say. And not to mention when it comes to everything with the merger and everything we've been talking about for the past like 3 months, we're all kind of worried, like, all right, it's just going to like, you know, what is this going to do to the DC property? Because obviously, you know, if Warner Brothers, when they were with AT&T and everything, if they would have just let Zack do his thing, it would have been done. We would have had our 3 Justice League sequels, and they would have been out, and they probably would have profited like crazy, and people would have been like, holy shit, this is something just different and new, not what Marvel is doing. But no, sadly, that wasn't the case. So we got one part of the Justice League that Zack was going to give us. Of course, there's more to the story, which, hey, you never know, it could happen. Possibly, who knows? But with every little thing, I mean, I've said it before when it comes to even the Flash, and don't call it the Flush, come on, because I got some moderators that don't like that. Just saying, don't call it the Flush. But that was like the movie that was salvaging it. Maybe Aquaman 2 was going to be salvaging a little bit of that Snyderverse 2. But then it was like, man, the big thing that would happen is if you get some Henry Cavill Superman. We get Henry, this motherfucker, you know, back with that cape and suit, that blue and red suit. If we get him back, that would be more salvaging the Snyderverse, obviously, because it all started with this guy. It all started with Man of Steel. So naturally, it's like, okay, can we get something? What's happening? Obviously, and then of course there was like scoops. Everybody was scooping, and we all got fucking diabetes because we were just eating all the fucking scoops. Just scoops of fucking bullshit. And then now we're just like, Jesus Christ, is anything true? And there was a lot of scoops. Henry Cavill's going to show up in this movie. He's going to show up in that. He's in heavy negotiations. And then we find out with that Rolling Stone article that, hey, that apparently in 2018, they were like, you know what? We're probably going to replace this guy. You know, apparently that was, some of the discussions that happened over there at Warner Media, which was ridiculous. Because you're like, really? You're going to replace that guy with his value going up? That's pretty stupid. So now, talking about like recent stuff and just trying to ignite everything, I remember so when it comes to what's happening right here, now obviously Deadline is the one. Deadline reported this today, saying that there's word that there's a possibility for Henry Cavill to be showing up this Saturday during the presentation of Warner Brothers DC and possibly talking some Superman. Now, what I've always told everybody, and then, just even talking to responses today, which most of them are positive. I love the fact that most of the tweets are positive. I mean, obviously, there's always going to be that toxic side that they hate. Again, they hate that this would be the case because it's not what they want. I mean, obviously, they love Henry Cavill as Superman, but they don't want Henry Cavill to come back like this. So then they're probably going to trash it or whatever, probably turn on Henry Cavill now. They've turned on Gal Gadot. They've turned on who knows? They want Ezra Miller to be recast. They want, obviously it's just like when it comes to the Snyderverse, anything Snyderverse, they just want the DC stuff. They don't want anything. They don't really care too much about anything else. It's like, yeah, they'll hype up Rebel Moon and Army, yeah, but it's all about the DC stuff. So obviously, when it came to this news right here, mum's the word. They don't want to even refer to that because they don't want him to show up in Black Adam or Shazam or anything like that. But I've always said that, all right, if he shows up, cameos in either Black Adam or Shazam, which I don't know if there's going to be enough time, if he's going to shoot anything, because, there was word that there might be, another silhouette of Superman or a headless Superman. Obviously, we heard that from a particular person.
Right!
Yeah. Which, I'm pretty sure that is the case. But then again, it could have been hey, fill that, and then maybe we can get Cavill into the suit and shoot a scene or something like that, depending on whether he gets his contract that he wants, okay? He's going to be playing hardball. He's not going to just be sign on for fucking cameos. No. He's going to sign on, yeah, cameos are part of it, but he's going to sign on for his own solo movie. Another Superman movie with Henry Cavill. Of course, that's what he wants. And who knows what the logistics when it came to previous things that were happening with Warner Brothers and whatever the fuck, you know, you hear that he was going too high, they were going too low. I've heard both sides, and it's whatever. That's in the past. Now we got something different. And ever since Dwayne Johnson tweeted out that he hears his audience, and he tweeted out that one thing. Remember a few weeks ago when he was talking about, hey, like, I hear you about, hey, Superman being involved into the movie, and he, like, listens to the audience and all that stuff. I mean, ever since then, that's why I was, like, pushing hard. I was pushing hard for you guys. Pushing hard, yes. Anybody getting turned on? I am. Pushing hard for you guys to, like, totally just bombard those tweets that he was tweeting and put hashtag Henry Cavill Superman. Now, was that enough to push the needle? Hopefully, because yes, they are paying attention to that. But you know what's kind of funny about this, guys? You know what's hilarious? Yesterday being the day, of course, well, obviously 2 days ago in the evening time when that Rolling Stone bullshit article about the bots came out, yes, that ignited some things, and obviously we're all just kind of like, all right, keep the positive vibes, but if you have to, you know, make a comment about it, that's perfectly fine. But do yourself, you know, make a comment about that, push back against it, and then buy Zack Snyder's Justice League on digital. Show the numbers, and guess what? People were paying attention to that reaction. People were paying attention to that reaction for sure. Looking at the analytics, 100%. When Stephen Colbert wrote that article yesterday on Screen Rant, and go check it out if you haven't. I talked about it yesterday when he talked about Warner Brothers' problem is the fact that they can't break away from the Snyderverse. They can't break away from it, and this is a whole different regime too, by the way, because what was left over from Warner Media and Warner Brothers with AT&T is still there. It's still very much there. The fuckery that they did, the fuckery that those guys did when it came to what Zack Snyder was trying to do in the Snyderverse and all that stuff, it's still lingering. And people are still demanding it, especially after getting the Snyder cut out. People are wanting more. Everybody who watches that, who's done reactions and whatever, reviews, they talk about like, wait, there's not going to be more of this? People wanted more. They want more. So obviously when it comes to the new regime that is Warner Brothers Discovery, they're going to be paying attention to little things like this. And even if they can't fully get the whole thing back at the moment, it's little things that they could salvage. Little things. That's why I say stop giving shit to The Flash, because The Flash is still salvaging some of that Snyderverse. If we get Henry Cavill back, guess what? That's going to be salvaging a massive part of the Snyderverse. Okay? And it's not just going to be bullshit little cameos or whatever the fuck. He's going to get his own movie if this ends up being the case. But yes, I know, I understand where it's like you're sitting there, we're getting antsy. You're just like, oh my God, is it happening? Is it happening? Jesus, you know, we're getting excited. But you have to take everything with a grain of salt. You really do. You really have to take things with a grain of salt, because there's a chance that things might not happen. And if it doesn't, yeah, it's just, we're all going to be, it's going to be a... And the hype is so built up right now because Henry Cavill has been trending all fucking day that if nothing happens, man, that's going to look bad. It's going to look bad. It will. I mean, all of us should just, if nothing happens, he doesn't show up, nothing like that, we can all just laugh about it and just be like, Jesus Christ. It's just, yeah. It's going to suck, but at the same time, it's like, Jesus Christ. Like, this is just what happens here. But, you know, when it comes to Dwayne Johnson, I'm sure he's not too happy that Black Adam is not as hyped up as he'd want it to be, but he's also not stupid. And if he's going to hype it up a little bit more with some Superman and then with some Henry Cavill Superman, he's going to do it, hopefully. But I know, like, some people, like, you know, that like to piss in the Cheerios, and somebody from a certain website, Collider, decided to be like, well, I heard that Henry Cavill is going to be shooting in the UK for The Witcher. And I'm like, fuck. Really? Really? Oh, well, that's, you know, it's like you really had to put that out there. You really just had, I mean, it's just like, you had to really, like, but okay. It's information. It's information that he heard, that he's shooting in the UK. Fine. That's good. But that doesn't mean that he might have a virtual thing that shows up, you know, a virtual message or whatever the fuck. That could be happening. I mean, obviously, we have the technology. He could be live from the UK, or it's just a pre-recorded message. Who knows? So there's that. There's all kinds of everything. So it's like, all right, so if he is in the UK filming The Witcher, then okay. But there's still a possibility of that. So let's not just go like, yeah, it's whatever. It would be way better if he just showed up at Comic-Con. And you never know. There have been times where there have been casts or, you know, people that are performing in like these movies or series or whatever that have taken a break from shooting, flown into San Diego, done the presentation, and then that night or the next day flown out of San Diego back to production. So you never know when it comes to that. Because I mean, obviously, like, we know what's funny. Like today, wouldn't it be? I was going above and beyond. My brain was like, man, the way that the spectacle could be, like, what if there was like a moment, you know, you have the Black Adam panel, you have the Shazam panel, and then all of a sudden it's like, when that all is done, there's going to be like one little more panel, and then you have Dwayne Johnson, or you have like Zachary Levi come out, and he's full on in the Shazam costume, you know? And then Black Adam comes out, and they do a whole big thing, and they stare each other down and whatever the fuck. And, you know, obviously Shazam, you know, Zachary Levi is like uncomfortable, just like, Jesus Christ. And like, you know, Rock is really selling to Black Adam, like, you know, you're going to need help. And he goes, well, yeah, you're right. And then all of a sudden, you know, Henry Cavill just shows up in his costume, in his Superman costume. Now, will it be the black costume? Probably not. It would actually be the traditional Superman costume. Would be the costume right there, but you know, that we see right there, and he just shows up. Wouldn't that be? I mean, if they sold that as a huge, that's not going to happen. That's just me. That's a wet dream that I'm going to be having tonight. If that were to be the case, that would just be something pretty badass. If like they did some kind of performance thing. You got to realize Warner Brothers Discovery and DC really need a W. That's the thing. Okay, Marvel Studios is coming in, and they're going to be blowing the fucking roof off the goddamn place. So I'm just saying that Warner Brothers Discovery and DC really needs a W, and I don't know if they have enough when it comes to Black Adam and Shazam. But could you imagine if there was something like that and Cavill just showed up? You know, if they were all dressed up in their costumes, that would be something. But I think that's a little too much, obviously. But that's just me just going like, man, imagine if it was like this, you know. That's just me and my little nerd brain that was like, wow, that would be something pretty damn amazing. But yes, if that's the case, but that doesn't mean that there could be some kind of message that comes in or whatever the fuck. Who knows? But there was somebody, let me find the tweet right here. There was somebody, and then we're going to actually talk about, because I just kind of brushed past it right here. We'll talk about this afterwards because, but anyways, let's talk about some of these, oh, shit. Not that. Hold on. Let me see. Where is it at? Okay. So somebody, I mean, who knows? Take this with a whole grain of salt kind of thing. But apparently somebody in Burbank today, or was it today? Yeah. No, that was the 14th. So like a week ago, that just met the actor from Superman at the coffee shop. Tyler Hoechlin? No, Henry Cavill. And I was like, all right. So he was in the LA area at least this year. Okay. Or at least this week, possibly. Who knows? Yeah. So take that with a grain of salt. And then, of course, you have Eric Davis right here saying if Warner Brothers wants to really go big at SDCC this Saturday and compete against Marvel Noise dropping later in the day, then bringing this guy on stage in front of 60,000 fans to announce the return of Superman would be an instant all-time Hall H moment. Absolutely. So there is all that. So, I mean, that's the thing. It's just like, man, they need such a win. They need such a win. And, you know, reaching out and talking to my people in that world, it's just like kind of like a whole thing of like, who knows? It's going to be such a surprise if it does. I mean, who knows? I mean, I remember when this was like a possibility, when I made that Photoshop, I made a video, a YouTube short. I was like, that's not going to happen. But now it's like, maybe it's going to happen. Because again, What did I keep on saying? Like, Zaslav is looking at the numbers. WBD, they're looking at numbers. They're looking at numbers. And they saw the reaction to yesterday. When it came to that Rolling Stone article, they saw the backlash it got. And there were so many people with voices, with check marks, that pushed back against it. That Forbes article that I read through yesterday, pushed back against the bots article. Big time. They pushed back against it. And there's so many people that are coming up. And then even the writer, Tatiana Segal, she apparently went on a podcast and just started saying more lies and more lies and more lies. Talking about the Times Square banners, saying it was like that alluding that maybe Snyder funded that or something like that. And then I don't know. We'll have to talk. We'll have to talk about that on Friday when I get more details about that, because I didn't listen to the podcast. I was just told about the podcast, but apparently she was saying just more lies about this shit. And then when it comes to even that, let's dive into some of the stuff that Ray Fisher is even saying when it comes to that article, because he just went buck wild on Twitter. So let's talk about it. Let's bring it up right here. I haven't exactly read through it. I did retweet it though. All right, so right here, Ray Fisher going to town right now. And it says right here, I guess Rolling Stone's lawyers finally explained the stark legal contrast of declined comment and did not respond to Tatiana and Noah. While I appreciate them quietly changing the article, it's sad that it even came to this. So there you go. Right there. Initially, when this thing was posted, it said Fisher declined comment to Rolling Stone. And then what happened? Fisher's reps did not respond to multiple requests to comment for this story. Oh, isn't that fantastic? Thing one. Wow. That's pretty funny. Ray Fisher continues. In 2021, The Hollywood Reporter opted to run a piece about me, written by Kim Masters, that exposed the racism and toxicity of former and current Warner execs. As reported by LA Mag, Siegel, who was an editor at THR at the time, was none too pleased. Blue line indicates irony. So there was this article right here that said Ray Fisher opens up about Justice League, Joss Whedon, and Warner's. I don't believe some of these people are fit for leadership. And then it said right here, oh, look at that. There she is, the woman at the center of Hollywood's latest trade war. Who the hell is Tatiana Segal? How a tug of war over a scoop-serving scribe set off civil war in Hollywood's incestuous media world. And then it says right here, Siegel declined to comment for this story. Instead, sources at THR believe Siegel was motivated by a tense relationship with reporter stablemate Kim Masters, a legendary journalistic giant killer with more pelts on her wall than Don Jr. The relationship grew especially frosty, sources say, due to the differing takes on actor Ray Fisher's battle with Joss Whedon and Warner Brothers. Neither reporter would discuss the matter on record. What? Keep going, Ray. Oh, what do we got here? It would seem that rather than allow her rejected pro-Warner nonsense to die at THR, Siegel decided to move to Rolling Stone and print her outdated rumors and lies a year later. Siegel's idea on how to refurbish her rejected THR story for her new bosses at Rolling Stone. So it says right here, exclusive, which is that. Interesting. Continuing on. Now, that for what has to be one of the most boneheaded moves I've ever seen in journalism, Rolling Stone editor-in-chief Noah Shachtman attempted to defend Siegel's lie that I declined to comment for her hit piece. How? By publicly furnishing misleading cropped emails, which we talked about that yesterday. And then it says right here, too bad that Shachtman had emails go both ways. Below in white, in the cropped email Shachtman chose to share with the world. Next to it in black is the full email. Observe how Shachtman's shadedly decided to include the original response and deadline and confidently note. Yeah, this was it right here. And if you don't respond, yeah, they'll say that. And then, of course, when it came to right there, note, oh, yeah, it says all this. If you could get me to get me a response by the deadline by 6 p.m. We talked about how they moved the deadline. This email may contain information that is confidential and privileged, blah, blah, blah. If you not intended, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, basically just circling all that. And then it says right here, surely Twitter wasn't an intended recipient of Siegel's email. And as far as I could tell, neither did Shachtman. So why would Shachtman resort to such a tacky and misleading move? And why is he the only publicly furnishing Siegel's emails and not Siegel herself? Desperation. Man, he is just going off. Look at all this. Look at all this. My God. He did his research. An editor-in-chief, Rolling Stone, Shachtman's is likely on the hook for Siegel's lies just as much as Siegel herself, rather than overtly say, I declined Siegel's request, which would have landed Shachtman and Rolling Stone in even deeper trouble. Shachtman believed he could sway the court of public opinion by tweeting a cropped email in a simple but also misleading declarative statement. Shachtman said Siegel sent several emails to my team. This is untrue. Siegel only sent the 2 that Shachtman publicly displayed on his tweet. As a person that works with words, Shachtman also knows full well the difference between 2 and several. And as reporters, both Siegel and Shachtman know the very real difference between declined comment and did not respond. But for those that may not know the difference, declined comment indicates that you spoke with me and actively chose not to answer your question. Did not respond means I didn't even give your interview the time of day. Both those statements have very real different connotations. Every journalist knows this. Thank you, Mr. Sinfinity. Dave, check Snyder's Vero. Okay, so there was something that happened with Snyder's Vero. I'll check it out. Somebody send it to me. Side note, if a reporter attempts to bully you into giving them a response by threatening to say you did something that you didn't do, just let them bury themselves. Funny how Siegel didn't seem to do that with other people that didn't respond to her article. I wonder why. Yes, talking about this again. Lanes did not respond to the request of the comment. Yeah, that's also in that article. Was Siegel still mad that THR chose to run Masters' story over hers, grinding an axe with those she feels are responsible for exposing, firing her friends at Warner, thereby reducing her access to scoops? Or C, desperate for clicks to keep Rolling Stone happy? It doesn't matter. What does matter is that if you attempt to minimize or delegitimize, what if I'm saying that wrong? In any way, the very real and serious trauma that the participants of the Justice League investigation endured, I will respond. It may be how and when you want me to, but it might not be how, when, or when you want me to, but it will definitely certainly respond. I will certainly respond. Sorry, I'm reading this wrong. In closing, as Siegel's few remaining Warner sources continue to evaporate with the Discovery merger, we can only hope that her shady old Hollywood access media quid pro quo tactics go with them, because Hollywood won't change until those that report on Hollywood do. That was a lot, but there you go. Yeah, I know. Delegitimize. Yeah, I know. I was trying to read as fast as I could, Steph. You know, I appreciate that, but I was trying to read as fast as I could, and I'm totally got marble mouthed, and I got a freaking gnat in here too. Jesus Christ. But anyways, so there you go, guys. Just going buck wild. So, all right, let me see what's happening right here. What's happening? All right, what is he? I'm looking. What is he? I don't know. Okay, anybody sent? There we go. So there we go. Okay. So this is what Snyder just posted right now, apparently. Oh, crap. There we go. Okay, so, not that. This. There we go. Jesus Christ. There I get again, just showing my my direct messages. Don't worry, it's nothing too crazy. Anyways, so Tom v. Jerry, which this was all shown before too. When it came to like, can't wait to bring my dark version to these iconic characters over a 5-movie arc, shot entirely in black and white, anamorphic IMAX. See you in Hall H for announcement. Oh my! Wait a minute. What? What is happening here? Damn. Look at this guy. If Snyder were to direct and finally see Tom Jerry, yeah, right? So there he is. Trolling away. Jesus. That's pretty funny. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Zach's having some fun right now. Oh, Zach is having so much fun. Oh, yeah, change my background. Jesus Christ, I didn't change the background. I am so bad at this today. Sorry. I know, I forgot to change the background. Hold on. You're right, Nikki. I just saw your tweet. Hold on. Yeah, totally messed that up. You know me, always messing shit up, right? All right, well, if it would actually... Come on, bring it up. All right, I don't know what's happening with my computer right now. Oh, that's why. Come on, there we go. Change that background. My God, Jesus Christ. All right, so there you go. Zach is savage. He definitely is. So there you go. I don't know what he's doing. We just got love reaction. What? But yeah, so we got everybody here. Hey, look, we got we got Meg here, we got Joey here, we got ACS here, we got everybody here. So everybody's joining the fun. It's okay. I know. I'm a little like effed up today. I know. I was like, damn it. Forgot to change the background this whole time. But what can you do? It's still pretty cool. You had the background with Zach and the bots, because we're all bots, right? So yeah, a lot of things are happening. Jesus Christ, it's been a crazy week. Zach don't care about his fans' feelings. He is trolling them. He doesn't care about his fans' feelings. Stop it. Just skip to the next topic. There's nothing to talk about. No, there's plenty to talk about, that's for sure. Yeah. So, we got Jesse Allen's back door in here. Anyone see? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was me. Yeah, you caught me, Sinfinity. Hey, look at that. Beep, beep, boop, boop. There you go. Meg, thank you for being a member for 19 months. But, yeah, we got all that. It's just been craziness right here. Just been absolute craziness right here. Is there anything else? No, I think we're good when it comes to all that. That was a lot that Ray Fisher wasn't fucking around. He definitely wasn't fucking around. But, and then, of course, we have... you have Zach just going like, yeah, it's happening. It's freaking happening. This is happening. I'm going to troll this shit. It's going to be great. But, yeah. So, we got all that. But, hey, if we could just have this guy, if we could just have Cavill just show up. Just show up. If we could just have Cavill show up, it'll be fine. It'll be good, right? Zach is king. Cavill is a prince. It'll be good. Alrighty then. Let's go on to I guess we'll go on to the next topic. That's not as exciting for some people. But yeah, Mortal Kombat 2 is happening. It's happening, guys. As much as, the first one wasn't all that great, and I would say that Warner Brothers had a lot to do with it because there was a lot of things that were cut out of it. But yes, Mortal Kombat sequel moving forward at New Line as Simon McQuoid returns as director. That's right. So we're getting the same director. Most likely we're going to get the actors that did, the characters that did survive are all going to be coming back. Who knows how many new characters are going to be happening. But yeah, after the most recent Mortal Kombat pick unarchived at the box office, New Line is ready to get back into the arena on the sequel. Sources tell Deadline that Simon McQuoid is set to return as director for the follow-up to the 2021 action-adventure. Now, I've expressed that Mortal Kombat wasn't the greatest thing. I was hoping for better. It wasn't. It was just kind of like a womp-womp. Had some cool little fight scenes, maybe. Could have, obviously the Sub-Zero and Scorpion fight scenes were the best out of all the things. Some of the fatalities were great, sure, but, still good stuff. Still good stuff when it came to some of the fatalities, but the overall story was pretty horrible. We're kind of hoping like maybe Johnny Cage will be more of the centralized character in the next one. Not what's his name? I can't even remember his name right now. A new character that just wrote for the movie, but of course they're going to probably continue on with him. But hey, there you go. Mortal Kombat 2 happening. What could he do? I hope they do better with the fight. Yeah. I mean, some of the stuff was good. Like I said, Sub-Zero and Scorpion were pretty good, but everything else, not so much. And then we have Chris Pratt. So I've been saving this one. This one was like this is over the weekend. But if you're wondering how Harrison Ford scared Chris Pratt, it's because of Indiana Jones. Remember when there was all these rumors back when, whatever the fuck, that they weren't going to move forward with doing any more Indiana Jones movies when it came to Harrison Ford? Obviously, the guy, he's old. He's still in good shape, though, but he's old. So they were kind of wondering, should somebody just take over Harrison Ford or Indiana Jones? So apparently, that was asked when Chris Pratt was promoting, of course, the Terminal List. And this is what he said right here. He says, Chris Pratt shuts down Indiana Jones rumor. Harrison Ford scared me off for good. So the quote right here was, first off, he joked on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast. I don't even know who Steven Spielberg is. Who? Steven who? But then he said right here, he said, no. Aren't they doing Indiana Jones with Harrison Ford? All I know is I once saw a quote from Harrison Ford, and I don't even know if it was really him, but it was enough to scare me that was like, when I die, Indiana Jones dies. And I'm like, am I going to get haunted by the ghost of Harrison Ford one day when he dies if I play? So what's interesting about that, it sounds like maybe there was discussions at one point with Chris Pratt to, take over the Hat and Whip at one point, maybe. I know people wouldn't have been okay with that, and good thing that didn't happen, because look what happened to, poor old Alden, what's his name, when it came to Solo. I mean, Harrison Ford, that's what I love about Harrison Ford. It's like, hey, these are my characters. They die with me. It's like, all right, cool. That's why they try to do that whole, like, Shia LaBeouf thing at the end of Crystal Skull, which was like, no. But, so there you go. That's why, Chris Pratt got scared when it came to that. Random topic, I know. And then, all right, so let's talk about my Comic-Con plans, which is just like, Jesus Christ, with everything that's happening. So first off, obviously Friday, vodka stream, that's the main discussion. Obviously, we're going to be talking about a lot of the things that happened this week too. No guests. It's just going to be a panel discussion. We'll be talking about what happened this week, naturally, and all the craziness. And obviously more craziness has just been happening today when it comes to this stuff. But we'll be talking about that, so who knows who will be showing up when it comes to all this. But when it comes to Saturday, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to stream. I mean, there's a lot of things that should be happening Saturday. And if there's other things that are not just Marvel and DC related, yeah, I'll cover it for sure video-wise. But I'm going to live stream at the Warner Brothers Discovery and DC panel is going to be happening at 10:15 a.m. on Saturday, so I'm going to live stream during it. I'm going to live stream. I mean, obviously, I wish there was a live stream of the event, but that's not going to be happening. But, of course, there'll be people in there live tweeting, doing whatnot. So I'll be doing a live stream. I'll probably start it at about 10 o'clock and then run for, that entire hour and just kind of, seeing what happens and discussing. And maybe I'll do some things, different things. I don't know. I'll pull up your comments. We'll have a discussion. We'll be doing all this. And then when that ends, then I'll be doing, of course, the panel, which is at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the Marvel panel, which is supposed to be crazy, and they're going to be announcing some shit. There's going to be trailers too that get shown. I'll be doing live reactions of the trailers. I'm sure we're going to get some Black Adam footage with the Warner Brothers panel, and we're going to be getting some Shazam. We're going to get the Shazam trailer as well. So I'll do live reactions to those. And then, of course, whatever is shown on the Marvel panel, we'll probably get Black Panther Wakanda Forever. We'll get something, probably some footage or a teaser for that. So I'll do a live reaction of that. And then, of course, just talking about everything. And then, obviously there's a big gap in between. So if any fellow collaborators are having some live streams and discussions, hit me up. hit me up. If you're having something, hit me up. I pretty much just have the whole day where I was going to dedicate to all of this. So hit me up if you want me to come on your live stream, whatever. I'm down for that. But then, of course, there might be a post-Comic-Con Hall H live stream that's going to happen on another channel. It hasn't been announced yet. I'll be part of that discussion, so look forward to that. So a lot of live streaming, okay? A lot of live streaming happening that day. So a lot of discussions, a lot of everything. So that's what's going to be happening. And hopefully, we get news and we get some video or whatever the hell of Cavill actually showing up during the Warner Brothers stuff. So we'll see what happens. Yep, hopefully. So there you go. That's my plans for this Saturday. But yeah, anybody who was, anybody who's in the chat or whatever the hell, or got some live streams happening. Hey, let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Hey. So let's see what's going on with the Twitter questions. The Twitter question. All right, Eric M. Blake. All right, so Dave, as you know, Zack's response to the idea of other filmmakers under his oversight about Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3 indicates he is at least open to it. I'd say Zaslav, seeing the demand, would be open to it too. Win-win, letting Zack direct his Netflix stuff. Imagine the director of, I don't know if, Matthias directing a Justice League movie? You want to freaking stress that man out? That guy, man, no, not that, not him. Nah, man, that's like, he's a good director, but man, Army of Thieves was great, but you're talking about Justice League sequels right there. But if they do it in a series form, maybe he could do it like an episode, but I don't know. That's just, that might be too much for the young buck there. Ryan, one guess where I am to get out of Arizona heat. That said, how hot is Hall H going to be this Saturday? Hopefully, the S is for hope. Look at that. Shot in Montana. History of Big Sky Cinema. Is that the river runs through it? That's pretty cool. I like it. Yeah, thank you, Nikki. Ronak, WBD had a huge W with Batman earlier this year. They need another to capitalize on the momentum with another Superman W. If they do this, DC will be almost back to good shape. This isn't rocket science. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. But, don't get too overly excited. We're not, nothing's confirmed. Edward, hey, Dave. With DC and Marvel presenting stuff on the same day, do you think DC has to blow us away so Marvel doesn't take all the attention from fans? Yes. If Cavill ain't there, do you think it'll cause problems with Deadline's report? Well, they never said it was confirmed. They just said that they were hearing word. So, Cooper Knox, all Henry Cavill needs to do for his surprise Comic-Con appearance is to walk on stage, rip off his shirt, revealing his Superman suit. I think if he just ripped off his shirt, people would cheer for that too. Refuse to elaborate and walk off stage knowing that the internet will blow up. Wouldn't that be crazy? Symfinity, Henry Cavill, will it be? Right. Ollie, just want to say if they face off like this, that would be pretty sweet, right? Yeah, and then of course, yep, did see this. It's crazy. You gotta love Zack, man. Jeez. Mr. Maximoff, none of those are interesting topics. Okay, well, thank you. But apparently that is. Should they bring this back? Okay. They're interesting topics. What are you talking about? Joe Britches, do you think WBD could be bringing Snyder back into the fold and kicking out his haters? Ask this because the Rolling Stone article is beginning to look like a death rattle from some bitter employees who are taking one final desperate jab at Snyder on their way out the door. I think Snyder is pretty busy right now, but I love the fact that he was like, hey, yeah, show that. And that's going to blow up the internet too, which of course Zaslav and company are going to see as well. It's crazy, man. Everything's crazy. And I love that Zack did that just to add to the madness. Because you better believe that if there was anything that was happening shooting-wise with Rebel Moon, if he shot with Ray Fisher, this week or anything after, or had conversations with him, which I'm sure he did. I'm sure him and Ray Fisher talked about that Rolling Stone article. I guarantee they talked about that Rolling Stone article. So, yeah, it's all just crazy, man. It's all just crazy. Ugh. I'm going to be very caffeinated on Saturday, more than I usually am, probably. So, but yeah, just to round up the week, guys, like I said, don't get overly excited. Don't get overly excited by no means, because we've been disappointed before, and there could be disappointment again. But when it comes to Black Adam, I mean, the hype is just not where, of course, it should be. And what would cause it to get bigger hype is if this happens or this shows up. And Warner Brothers definitely needs a W when it comes to their panel. And what better way to just add to it when you have Shazam, you have Black Adam, and why not just have some Superman in the mix, and hopefully maybe some other surprises too that might show up. But essentially it's sounding like it's just going to be those. But at the same time, if we could just get this, that'll blow up the internet. It'll trend. Henry Cavill has been trending all day. So if something happens, whether it be him showing up on stage or a virtual message or whatever, that would be absolutely insane. And if he does, guess what? That means he's going to get his own Superman movie, and he will still remain as Superman, as much as they've been trying to say that he's aging out and all this kind of stuff. We'll see. But yeah, don't get the hopes up too much. I mean, we'll all be anxiously awaiting to see what happens. It'll be crazy. But at the same time, yeah, we could just laugh if nothing does happen. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Did you see or hear Macy's is bringing back Toys R Us? Are they? Well, that's pretty cool. I'm a Toys R Us kid. I like it. All right, anyways. Let's go ahead and end this right now. All right, so members, look forward to my link I'm going to be sending you guys for a members-only stream. If you guys want to be a part of it, become a member of the channel. Do it right there. Hit the join button. Everybody else, smash that like thumbs up before you leave. Make sure you subscribe to all the stuff and everything. And obviously no show tomorrow. No first reaction tomorrow either, because I will be out of town going to a Dodger Giants game. That's right. I'm going to be wearing my Kevlar jersey. So walking into Dodger Stadium, that's going to be pretty crazy. So yeah, you got to love it. So yeah, do that. And then I'll see you guys in the vodka stream, of course. And then we'll have some fun on Saturday as well. And it'll all be good. All right, guys, members, I'll see you in a little bit. And everybody else, I will talk to you later.